Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel. And if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Elizabeth. I'm a divine channeler, medium, remote spirit extractor, white witch and divine alchemist, and I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path to reunion. And I have a really important video here for those of you who identify with being a twin flame, being on the twin flame journey. So I asked Source, Spirit, the Universe, Mother Goddess, Father God, what would be the subject that would help twin flames the most at this time. And what I received actually was the main subject of there's no 3D contact. There's no 3D contact. I feel stuck. I don't know if this journey is really over. I don't know if this person truly was my twin flame or merely a catalyst. I don't know if I should move on, if I should date, try to forget about this whole thing, try to have life go back to normal. And, I really understood as to why, the Source brought this subject up, because this is usually the main reason why I have someone come to me and inquire about a reading. Okay, because anytime you really are guided to reach out, you're just feeling as though, oh my gosh, I feel stuck. I don't know what to do. I really am going crazy because I have no clarity. What's really next? What does this all mean? Right? So I put up the twin flame recognition video, and that's one that's gotten so many views as to what does this all mean. But this video is completely focused on the stuck mojo, no 3D contact, is it really over? And it's really about the truth about what separation is. Why is there twin flame separation? And also too, I wanted to talk about letting go, because some people actually believe that they're letting go, but they're not really letting go. They're letting go halfway, quarter of the way, and there are some people who are absolutely terrified with the notion of even trying to let go of their beloved. So we're going to talk about those things. We're going to talk about what actually happens when there is twin flame separation. Okay. There's so much to talk about with this journey, so I'm going to try the best that I can to mention as much as I can, so just bear with me. But I want to just break it down. I have some notes over here too, just in case I don't want to forget anything for you guys. Okay, so your twin flame is shutting you out, right? Or perhaps you're shutting your twin flame out. We do a lot of the blocking, right? Social media blocking. I did a video on that, on blocking, social media blocking. Perhaps you sent your twin a text, you got no response. Perhaps you left them a voicemail, you got no response. Perhaps you made a comment or you left something on their social media, didn't get a like, didn't get acknowledged, it got completely ignored, right? Perhaps you haven't spoken to your twin or seen your twin in years. Perhaps you've never seen them at all in the physical, and everything has been 5D contact, higher self contact. So why does that happen? Why is there no physical contact? Okay. What to realize here as to why there's no physical contact is that you would know by now, if you were a twin, that this is a very intense emotional journey, extremely intense. It's very overwhelming. You're feeling feelings for a person that you can't understand how you can feel this intense about someone or think about someone that frequently. It ends up actually becoming really scary as to, that you're feeling these things and thinking about this person a lot, sometimes all day. And it comes off as though, my gosh, am I crazy? Is this an obsession? It feels like an obsession, and all of that type of thing, which I've talked about in the twin flame recognition video. And yes, the intensity is truly, truly there. And twin flames, they are the same soul in two bodies. They are complementary, but they're also opposite. And what's there to really know is that they are true direct mirrors for each other. So often twin flames talk about the bubble phase, right? And you can have that phase repeat. It's not always in the beginning, but where there's just this bubble love phase where it's like, it feels like complete, it's not infatuation, but it feels like infatuation. And you're just walking on a cloud, and this is like, oh my God, I can't believe this love. I'm going to go write poetry about them. I love poetry, so why not? I'm going to write poetry about them. I'm going to write lyrics. Hey, why not? I'm going to write lyrics about them. I want to scream it at the top of the mountains. Oh my gosh, I'm going to go throw on some Michael Jackson and just go old school. Like, you just, my gosh, I'm in a high here, and I don't want to ever come down from this, right? That's that bubble phase there. So in love, right? So why then does all of this pain come up, right? Why? People always ask me, clients ask me that are, say, new to this journey or not quite understanding why would a journey that's supposed to be true love, that's supposed to be this divine partnership, why would it cause me so much damn pain where I have to suffer all the time and go through? I've never been through such the worst pain in my life. I mean, this person wrecked my life, right? And then it turns into that. This person completely turned my life inside out, and you wrecked it. You did it, right? Sound familiar? And the reason being is because twin flames truly get each other to heal. They are a high vibrational experience. They really are. So twin flames can only come into harmony at a higher vibration and when they're at the same frequency. So your direct mirror, your counterpart, who is you in another body, is bringing up all of the things, all that density, all that stuff from the past, all the wounds, all the trauma, all the stuff that you maybe knew about but didn't want to feel anymore. Perhaps you just were in denial about it. Perhaps you thought you had been okay and got your life back together. Or, I survived it, I'm good. And lo and behold, you meet this person, you have this amazing bubble phase, and then all of your garbage starts coming back up. All of those wounds that just ripped wide open. That's what happens. Childhood trauma, huge. And everything that's gone on from there based off of that childhood trauma, which we'll talk about in a moment. But all of that lower heaviness, that lower stuff, the density, the stuff that keeps twins from actually raising their vibe and frequency and merging together and being that high level, high vibrational couple, all that density comes up for healing. It comes up. All the subconscious comes up and becomes conscious. And that alone just causes people to just go, oh my gosh, I am out of here. I'm going to beeline out of here. I'm going to block this person. I'm going to run away. I'm not even going to have a reason. I'm just going to escape. Some twins do that. Some twins, they just disappear. They're gone. So in that case, the other twin's like, oh my gosh, it's me. It's my fault. I did something. And the self-blame starts happening there. Perhaps the person thinks, oh, my twin flame doesn't want me. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me, isn't there? They want other people. They don't want me. There's something wrong. That I must be, inadequate, or I must be not as pretty, not as handsome, not as successful, not as valuable, not as desirable, not as good enough, right? all those not good enoughs come up when that happens, because it's that rejection that comes up there. There's the abandonment that comes up there. And so there's that separation. Your twin flame has triggered up all of that so that way you can recognize it and heal it. It's for both. It's for both to go into that separation and be able to really look at their stuff, not only look at it honestly, but also be able to work through it and be able to close the doors on the past. Okay, and so much of that, is through forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. A video that gets in a lot deeper with the healing. I have Advanced Souls and Twin Flames, or Twin Flames and Advanced Souls, and I believe the video is called Healing Methods for Clearing Blocks and Moving Forward from the Past. And I also have a follow-up video that talks about the shadow side of healing. So those are two videos that would really get into more so about how to heal these things. But this video is just to understand the separation and the no contact. Why is there no contact? So what's happening is that when you're not in contact with your twin, the ego goes into this crazy mode of trying to think of all these reasons why this other person, this true love, does not want you. Right? And what that does is it has us go into our wounds, everything that has been self-sabotaging, all of the trauma from childhood that's created, these repressed emotions that we buried, that we did not acknowledge, didn't want to acknowledge, perhaps we didn't really know enough. Right? We're aware of it. And then we have to go through all of those false psychological beliefs and stories based off of that trauma and those repressed emotions. Again, all of that self-sabotage. And that does the same exact thing for your counterpart, by the way. Your counterpart is also having a lot of stuff come up that you're triggering, but you're not realizing that because there's no contact. So it's like, what's going on behind closed doors that you're not aware of, what's hidden from you. And they're having their stuff come up too. Okay? He loves me not. She loves me not. Up and down. They come and go, come and go, come and go. Why is the come and go? We get through all those layers. Right? We have layers of healing to get through. And I want people to understand too, we'll get into karmics in a moment, but when we have the childhood trauma, which is a big bulk of stuff, because that trauma, our experiences with our mother and father, that really helps us to understand, what's that lack of relationship with our own selves, and that ties into how has that theme, how have those patterns been there in all the relationships, all the romantic relationships. So it's something to definitely understand and realize there. But there's a lot of fragments to heal. So how do you work with separation? How do you work with this journey? Is it really over? Well, the first thing I want to say about that is that it's not over. It's not over. You've chosen this journey, okay? I cannot completely, without a doubt, conclude that every single twin flame couple will come into a physical manifested union or physical partnership in this lifetime. However, a majority have chosen that. A majority have chosen that because they do want to bring that beautiful third energy that twin flames have together when they are merged. And they have very special purposes. They both do, but so many have a very special mission, joint mission to bring to the world. They also bring a beautiful template, a brand new 5D relationship, higher heart, higher vibration, higher frequency relationship template. And that new template is so needed on this planet now. It's so needed. So we have fragments of our souls. You know, it's a shattered soul. And shamans know a lot about this. And I know a lot of you resonate with shaman guides and medicine guides, or perhaps you have taken shaman courses yourself, or, drawn to shamanism, because so many of you are natural healers. That's at a soul level, and here you are, you're tapping into your abilities and your gifts now, which is fantastic. But when we go through traumas, we can have our soul shatter, and when our soul shatters, it becomes these fragments. So you can actually view that as like ghosts in timelines, where they're still in a loop, they're still going through that residual type of activity or residual experience, and they're still going through the same loop of the same emotions. And our whole goal is to become whole. So we're here for self-mastery. So it's not, being on the twin flame journey or wanting our twin just to have the romantic relationship in the physical with them. It truly is about becoming whole and understanding that we are connected to source, merging with source, merging back to source, to love. That's the main goal there. The twin flames are just an expression, an outward expression of that. But we have our different fragments there, and we have the hurting child, which comes up a lot. Okay, so that work comes up for people. We have all of those different relationship patterns, and all those relationship patterns are based off of that trauma, off of the fragments. And we create a lot of different archetypes. Okay, it's really interesting, but we end up doing that. It depends. It depends on what you've gone through, what your experiences have been, what your upbringing has been. You can have the victim consciousness. You can have the entitlement, like the narcissist. That come. It's all about me. I'm entitled. Some have shadow pride, right? I'm just so proud of myself, and in a negative way, I mean, and I'm not going to let down my pride. We have someone who feels always trapped in their situation. We have the superhero who's always trying to save everybody else. The overachiever, the drama king, the drama queen, the drill sergeant is trying to control everyone. That type of thing. I need to be in control. We have the bullier, and people who bully other people are always the ones that have been bullied themselves, and so there's insecurity and self-worth issues there. There's a lot of different archetypes that couldn't possibly, go through the many of them that we can create, that the mind can create. But the reason why the mind creates all these different sides, take for instance, like someone who is a sellout and is always trying to, do whatever the world wants, be whatever the world wants them to be, basically. Has to be popular, has to be, sacrifices their values in order to, have this amazing appeal, right? Have everyone think, wow, I have it all together, my life's amazing, We have we develop so much of that. Personality creates all these different archetypes, and it's all based off the fact that they're false stories, they're false beliefs, and these false stories and these false beliefs, they are all connected to memories, trapped memories that have been there, and the repressed emotions. Okay, so this is what happens when twin flames are in separation. They are challenged with having this stuff come up. They trigger it, it purges up. They have to look at it honestly, and it hurts like hell to look at it. It really, really does. It's not a fun ride. Okay, and for so many of you who are twin flames, you know exactly what I mean. Not a fun ride, right? So, it's the healing. But to understand here, this is what it's going to take. It's the inner work. It's the willingness to to do the work. It's the willingness to stay very committed to yourself. It's the willingness to want to become the best version of yourself. You know, self-love, self-empowerment. Be in the world the best version is you, and give from your heart and soul, from your higher heart, your higher soul. That's that desire there. And that's what the twin flames challenge each other to do with that direct mirror. Okay, the karmic situations. The karmic situations, that's another reason for separation necessary. I know people really get thrown off with that. And to also note too, the karmic situations do a lot of triggering. So say you saw your beloved on social media. They put up all these lovey-dovey pictures, vacation pictures, Valentine's Day holidays, or pictures with their family and their kids, and everything just looks completely amazing, and their lives look perfect, like picture perfect, and what happens? You're like, oh, I lost my beloved. This is it. It's done. It's over. Obviously, my beloved picked that person. That person is probably better than me, better looking than me, has more to give than me, and all these things. And now I just feel like complete garbage. Not only am I resentful of my beloved, now I'm also resentful of that karmic, and now I'm also resentful towards myself. I'm also now bashing myself. Sound familiar? Comment me. Sound familiar? It's not funny when you're going through it. It really isn't. It isn't. But it's all there to get you to understand about the lessons of growth. And if you are being triggered, if you have been triggered, and if that sounds very, very familiar, it was there to help you to look at all the ways in which you stop yourself, all the ways in which you've sabotaged yourself, all the ways where you've thought of yourself as small, all the ways in which you've thought of yourself as not good enough. And where did those things come from originally? Where did they come from? How can we connect the dots there? And it's also to realize, too, that that karmic partner is not only a learning lesson for you, but it's a learning lesson, of course, for your beloved. Because they're still working through patterns. They're working through patterns of growth, things that they have not accomplished. They haven't been able to get through that. We have actions with people. A lot of those actions start from other lifetimes or lifetime. And there are lessons there that have not been completed. They haven't been fully learned in order to move forward and not attract that same pattern any longer. So that karmic is very necessary. Okay? There are exceptions, we'll talk about that in a moment, as far as, the karmics and what goes on there. But the karmic, no matter what though, it's all about learning lessons there. So at that point in separation, it's all about being able to recognize what gifts, what learning, what has the triggers really done? What has it done? What has it showed you about yourself? Where has it showed you that you are thinking of yourself in lack, not good enough? Where has it shown you about your abandonment wounds, your neglect wounds, your betrayal wounds? Have you experienced betrayal, say, from your parents? Have perhaps a parent has betrayed you, or a parent has betrayed the family, or even perhaps your twin has betrayed you, or you betrayed them in a lifetime. Where does that theme come from? See, energy always makes sense. Energy doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. And that's the thing to know. So when there's twin flame separation, yes, it's always about what is left to heal. What haven't we both healed or worked through yet. And to accept the karmic partner, to accept the karmic situation, and just allow that. That is definitely in the highest good. Because if you truly love someone, if this is really your authentic twin, it truly is about you want best for your twin because you love them, right? And you wouldn't want your twin if they weren't ready, right? Or if you weren't ready. It takes two to tango, especially, with the twin flames. If your partner's not ready, you're not ready. If your partner has certain patterns or issues, they mirror your own. It's all very parallel. So when you think about it in that way, there is no real blame game. Blame game is all part of the ego, but there's no relevancy in it. There's no truth to the blame game, because if you're pointing, if you're blaming, if you're judging, you did it, it's all you, it's your fault. It's like pointing at yourself. It's like pointing in the mirror saying, you did it. Right? It's going to come, those things, those patterns, those issues, those fear beliefs, they're going to come right on up. So it all very much, makes sense. So if you are in a situation where it seems like it's stuck, there is no communication, acceptance of that and working with it and seeing it as a blessing for both of you, even if your twin is with somebody else, that's key there. That's what's going to help you, rather than create more blockage, which is going to give you the opposite of what you truly want, right? You truly desire. It's that true love that you desire, but sometimes we set up blockages there. Okay. Now, there's dark karmics. Okay, we're going to talk about interferences now. Okay. So why is there twin flame separation? So we have our usual stuff. We have our healing. We have our fragments. We have our repressed emotions, false psychological beliefs, archetypes, all that thing, karmic lessons. But are there dark karmic lessons? Are there interferences? The answer to this is yes. I've talked about it before. It comes up. It's still coming up. Okay. Can your beloved, or you, or yourself, have a karmic partner in which truly is a darker karmic, a darker being that comes from another lifetime, and you're still entangled with that being, and they're still trying to wreak havoc, still trying to have control over you or over your person, manipulation, black magic, ritual, psychic attack, blah, 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 blah. Entities coming along with that. Yes, yes, and yes. This is a reality, guys. It's a reality. Okay? I read it all the time. I help people through prayers, rituals, extractions if I'm guided all the time. And there is a reality there, and in that case, it's truly about getting those interferences out, praying to Archangel Michael, working with Archangel Michael, the Ascended Masters, Lords of Karma, Ascended Masters, your spiritual team, to remove these interferences, meddling, manipulation, control of that. Really, really important and helpful, as well as asking Michael to cut any contract where there was a dark being in it or a dark karmic, and that contract is foul play. We call that hijacked soul contracts, what I've talked about before. So, that can happen, and I've seen twin flames who've had very bad possessions. Obviously, the black magic. Black magic can be from ancient lifetimes. It can go as far back as Atlantis and Egyptian lifetime. It can go back into the bloodline where there's actual bloodline curses. It can also be where there is a dark karmic and they're projecting their energy using thought forms and emotional forms and targeting the twin, manipulating and controlling your counterpart, or maybe it's coming at you as well from that dark karmic. I've seen that many times too, just recently. So that's another reason why things would feel stuck. And usually, the person that comes to me, they'd say, "Oh, I feel like we should be further along, but something's just wrong. Something's not right. Something's just not right there. I'm feeling psychically attacked. I feel like my beloved is not really themselves. They're not acting themselves. They are completely under the spell or under control of this karmic partner." Yes, that can happen. Okay, I do have, and I just updated it, a daily clearing of protection prayer. It's more a ritual. And I also have requests and things like that, like hijacked contract cutting requests and ritual removal requests. For those who are clients, who have readings with me and things, I usually figure out, what would be best to send to work with that. But that's a situation as to what's adding the stuck mojo. Okay, so we have the natural stuff, and that might be something that's like a little more unnatural, right? Interferences. The last part, actually, before I even get to the last part, let me just see if there's anything else here. Anything else they want me to share here? Yeah. So it's a time, they just said, with the separation, it's a time to really turn inward and really pull your energies back. Oh, yes. Okay, they just reminded me. If there's a toxic situation going on, such as what I just mentioned about the dark karmics, or if your beloved is caught up in drugs and alcohol, if they're abusive, anything that's self-destructive behavior, if they're abusing you, they're calling you names, they're threatening you, anything like that. Okay, guys? It's not going to help the connection to move forward to take that. It really isn't. It's not, because it takes one twin flame. It has to be one twin flame there to be able to lift the energy for both of you, because you're always connected by that cord. So by being dragged down and drowning in their storm, or being dragged down into their quicksand, that more aware twin then doesn't have the ability to work on their own vibration and frequency, to raise it, to clear out things, to heal, to raise it. And that's the way to help that beloved. Not by staying in that toxic situation, not by focusing on their toxic situation if they have one, but by pulling your energies all the way back and concentrating on your healing, on your improvement, on what your needs are, on your gifts, your abilities, discovery of your mission, partaking in your mission, all of that. That's what it's going to take to help. Because I know so many twins come to me and they're like, I want to help my twin. I can't just leave them like that. I can't see them do that to themselves. I can't see this person do that to them. And believe me, I know how you're feeling. I know how it hurts. But honestly, as the way to truly help and not allow it to be stuck mojo anymore, it truly is about, one of the beloveds has to pull themselves out of it. Obviously, the more aware one that's not directly in the mix, and be able to really raise their vibe and frequency, and asking for the clearance, the removals of interferences, obstacles, asking for help for that twin. That would be definitely, recommended. Okay. Letting go. So this is the last area that I want to get into, because I don't want this to be, too long. But this might be a video that you might want to go back to, just to go a little bit deeper with it. But when the twin flame connection is stuck and not moving anywhere, and you're just going through the same loop, going through the same, maybe arguments, or going through the same issues, and getting mad about the same stuff, and my partner's doing the same thing, and I'm getting mad about it once again. When you're in circles like that, and in that loop, that energy needs to move, right? Somebody has to move that energy. Here we go. So it's always going to be the more aware one, the more proactive one that's on that journey. And it's for that twin to really be able to let go. Now right here, this is where the terrifying thing comes in, because so many twins are just absolutely terrified of letting go. It seems like if I let go of this person, I'm never going to hear from them again. They're never coming back again. I have to just force myself to date or find, just somehow get out there, and that's it, and it's over if I let them completely go. If I don't ghost them, if I don't stalk them on social media, if I don't check, if I don't think about them, then they're gone forever. Not if they are an authentic twin flame. Now, if they were not an authentic twin flame to begin with, say they were a catalyst, we do have catalyst souls, right? We have near twins, which would be a type of soulmate that often prepares us for a twin, But if this truly was a divine counterpart, they will be back, especially if you pull your energies completely out, where they're not feeling you as much, they're not taking advantage of you being there. Okay, they're not codependent on you, or you making it always better for them, and they keep on doing the same thing, getting involved in the same patterns, same BS. When you pull yourself out of that, that's sending a huge message there. That's a huge shift there. That energy is no longer there, and that's going to get them to wonder about you guys. That's going to get them to think, oh my gosh, person's not there. I'm so used to them being there, now they're not there, right? And by you pulling yourself all the way out, by you completely letting go, that also enables you to, number one, really go deep into your work and really shift the energy and raise your vibe and frequency by going through your childhood trauma, your false beliefs, all those things, anything you're holding on to. And that's going to help the energy between you both, and your work and your light will actually help them. Their issues that mirror yours, that are parallel to yours, will come up on their end. They will start becoming conscious of those things, subconscious to conscious. So even though in separation, you're thinking to yourself, maybe because you're looking at social media or whatnot, I don't think my twin's doing the work. That's not true. It's not true. If you're doing the work, they're doing the work. You may not have physical proof of it, didn't say that, but they're doing the work. How they do the work may look different, sound different, be experienced different from how you do it. But if you're doing the work, you're shifting the energy between you, okay? And when that energy shifts, obviously they shift because they're you, right? You're each other. But people don't always let go altogether. And I just want to end with this subject, because some people feel like, okay, I let go, I'm not talking to my twin, I'm not following my twin on social media anymore, but I'm still thinking about them all day. Or I'm still doing tarot card readings on my own about them. Or I'm still perusing YouTube and saving all the twin flame videos and still checking what the energy forecasts are, and your focus is still on that. That's not completely letting go. You can't let go some of the way and not all the way, because remember, where your thoughts go, the energy flows, right? So I know sometimes it's hard to not think about your beloved, but if you are putting that focus all on yourself, on your own healing, on your own attainment, your own needs, that's good. It's time to fall in love with yourself, and not in a narcissist way, in an empowering way, in a divine 5D being way. Letting go completely is letting go completely. Okay, it's not over helping your twin. That's spiritual bypassing. Despite how much you want to help them and you don't want to see them suffer the way you have, you cannot over help them without that being a stuck mojo there. They have to be able to step into their own empowerment by over helping, by over giving, by over all of that. They can overtake and keep drawing from you, drawing, and depleting you and taking from you, and then they're not able to stand on their own 2 feet. They're not able to find what stopped them, what sabotaged them. They're not having that experience. They're not having that experience of soul evolution there. It's, again, spiritual bypassing of over-helping. So be aware of that, you know, if that's your situation there. I want to mention this. No one talks about this, but I want to mention this. For those of you who are twin flames who have public figures, okay? Public figures, right? It exists. It exists. Your twin flame is in the movies. Your twin flame is on TV. Your twin flame's in music. Your twin flame, whatever the case may be. So maybe you got off their social media, you're not looking at the social media any longer, you unfollowed them, but you're still listening to their music. Or you're still watching their show. Or you're still watching their movies. And all of those things. That's still focus. That's still not completely letting go. I know it's hard. It's really, really hard. It feels really, really good, and you want to hold on to it because you don't want it to go away. But there's that ego holding on to it, and there's the fear that's connected there as to why you don't want to let go. Free fall, let it go. If it's not your twin flame, then you'll find out, and that's good, because do you want to hold on to something that's not true or hasn't been true? It doesn't allow then the right partner for you to step in. Stuck MOJO again. Stuck MOJO. So you can't lose either way when you're completely letting go, because when you completely let go and do the work, you're helping yourself, you're helping your vibe and frequency, you're also helping your twin in that way, and you're also helping your twin to focus on themselves and also look for your vibe. Come back your way without running in the other direction. Instead of pulling away, they won't have that need to pull away any longer because you pulled away. So they come that way, right? So it's only going to help it. It's going to help it. So your energy might be stuck in your journey right now because any of these things might be happening now, or maybe all of them. But it's about energy shifting. Okay? So I hope that this video was helpful and supportive, you know, with clarifying why, if there's no 3D communication, you know, what's going on there, and, you know, maybe there's some clarity there about letting go that maybe you really haven't thought enough about, or maybe you're not really doing enough, or maybe not doing it all. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Love you all. And remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. I am here if you were guided, if you want to go into the healing, the specifics about your journey, the specifics about what's there to heal, the paranormalpriestess.com. I'm leaving all my information in the description below. And I would love to be able to assist with healing, with purpose, and all of that. So looking forward to meeting you. Take care, everyone. Brightest blessings. Bye-bye.